Hey guys, my name is Ashley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about fungus gnats and how to kill them. I despise their very being so much, like unbelievably so. Oh my God, I hate them so much. So I'm gonna talk about 9 different methods for how to kill, prevent, stop them dead in their tracks, literally, because we hate them and we want to kill them. If you feel the same way, this is the video for you. Just first of all, let's just peep the shirt I'm wearing. This is a shirt that I got while in cheerleading when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. It still fits me. I'm pretty sure it's like a child-sized shirt. And on the back it says cheer. So hopefully you can see that. I cannot see what I'm showing you right now. Let's see. Do I have the skills? Oh. Yep. That's what we got. Anyways, let's get into the actual video. So right away in the beginning, I just want to say I've actually come to the realization and kind of, I guess, the acceptance that fungus gnats will always be a part of my life. And I don't know if I'll ever fully get rid of them. It's just so hard. I have 90 plants as of today. I got 2 more plants like a couple days ago. So right after my houseplant tour was posted, I got 2 new plants. So yeah, I have 90 plants, and with 90 plants, and when I'm constantly bringing new plants into my environment, it becomes very difficult to prevent them or get rid of them completely, because obviously the things that I've done on the soil that is already in my home isn't happening with the soil that's brand new and in my home, or they may be bringing fungus gnats in when I bring new plants. So it's very hard, I think, for me to think I'll ever get to a point where they don't exist in my house. But I have gotten to them to a point, to a level where they still exist. You know, I still see them flying, but they are not annoying. So they're not like flying in my face constantly, making me like go like a crazy person in the middle of watching a show or something, which is nice, but I still have them. So I just wanted to let you know that right away. And then something that I learned from Becca de la Plants, actually, she informed me in one of her videos about fungus gnats that each fungus gnat can lay like hundreds of eggs. And I was just like, absolutely not. That is disgusting, and I will not allow that in my household. I didn't give them permission to just lay babies everywhere and all over my plants. If that number and that fact right there doesn't give you the motivation to really nail them down and just kill them, I don't know what will, because they will just keep multiplying. They're never gonna go away if you don't do something about it. So let's just get right into it. My first number 1 recommendation is gonna be Mosquito Bits. So this is something that I have gotten off of Amazon. I get this huge jug. I was actually turned on to this by Harley G on YouTube. This thing is basically designed for mosquitoes, but what you can do is put this in or on top of your soil of your houseplants, and what happens when they lay the larvae will eat this and it will kill them. So that is kind of a way to kill it at the source. That goes in my soil mixture every time I make soil. And then if I bring a new houseplant home and I notice that there's like fungus gnats flying around it shortly after I get it, I'll sprinkle some of these on top of the soil just to prevent any more fungus gnats from coming about, because we don't like them. The second tip that I have is to scoop out the top inch or 2 of the soil. So when fungus gnats lay their little larvae eggs, they lay them within the first probably couple inches of the soil. So if you scoop out that soil and replace it, it's likely you'll be getting rid of a majority of the eggs and larvae that are in that top layer of soil. My next tip is involving hydrogen peroxide. So I actually have this little container right here, which is 50% hydrogen peroxide, 50% water. And what I do sometimes, if I notice there's like a bunch of fungus gnat like babies crawling on top of the soil, I will just give the top of the soil a really good like spraying of this and like saturate the top of the soil with that hydrogen peroxide and water mixture, and that will kill the larvae. What you can also do, and I have done this before, I will mix hydrogen peroxide and water, and then I will water my plant with that when I'm going to go to water it like I normally would. And that's also good just in general for the plant to get some oxygen into the soil, but that will kill any pests that are in the soil as well. Another solution that you can use for killing pests is neem oil. I think neem oil is a great thing to have on hand just in general for just like routine plant maintenance. Neem oil is something that is a naturally occurring insecticidal. So you spray it on the plant, you let it dry, and then it'll kill whatever is already on there, and it will dry there. So then if there are any new bugs, they could eat it and die. Or like when you water your plants the next time, the neem oil will go into the soil and that will kill anything in there. My next tip is something that I have seen other plant people use. I personally haven't done this just because I don't want to be super extra about it. And again, I've come to the realization that me and fungus gnats are just going to have to learn to be friends and live together. And by be friends, I mean I'm going to kill them whenever I see them, but we're going to live together. So you can use sticky pads. So people will basically just put these near their plants and the fungus gnats will stick to them like a fly little thing that hangs from the ceiling at like gas stations. So you can get those. I think the ones that I always see are like yellow ones, and you can they have somewhere you put them on a little pole and you can stick them in the soil, or you can just like prop them up against wherever you want to next to your plants. Another option, and this option is really satisfying, whenever you see a fungus gnat, just smash it. Literally just like squish it and just kill it as soon as you see it. So this could be this method, or like you just like, it's on something and you just squish it. That's what I do a lot. It's hard to get them out of midair because they're so small and they fly kind of fast. I usually wait for them to land on something and then I just squish them with my finger or with my hand. And if you're killing them every time you see them, think of it as you kill one, you kill hundreds, because now it can't lay eggs because it's dead. As you guys can probably tell, I'm really passionate about killing fungus gnats. Another little factoid about fungus gnats is that they like humid and wet environments. So if the soil on your plants or the soil in your pots for your plants is constantly wet, that is literally like the perfect breeding ground for them to be laying larvae. So you could let the soil of your plants dry out maybe a little longer than you normally would if you're in a phase of like super killing them and really just trying to implement every single one of these tips. If you're doing them all at the same time, might as well do this one too. I know that there are some plants I have where the soil likes to be, or for the plant likes the soil to be a little more wet. I wouldn't say wet, more like moist. Like they don't want the soil to dry out a lot. So that would maybe not be good if you have plants like that. But if you don't, and you could go a little longer in between waterings, that is something that you could try. This is probably my second favorite, because my favorite is like smashing them physically. But my second favorite method, oh wait, I forgot about Mosquito Bits. Okay, maybe this is like my third favorite. I don't know. It's one of my top 3. I mix apple cider vinegar with water, so 50-50 ratio. I usually do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of water, and then I just squirt a little dish soap in there, liquid dish soap. Give it a little swirl. You want to do a pretty shallow container, and then you just put it by your plants, and basically what happens, the apple cider vinegar will attract the fungus gnats to come to it, and then the dish soap will kill them. So it's also another satisfying method because you can see all of the fungus gnats that you have killed with this mixture. It puts into perspective how many fungus gnats are really in your house, because when I put this mixture out and I like see a few days later how many are in there, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many. Thank God I'm doing this because it helps kill them. Another method, which I again have never done, but I was actually just recently told about this method, is putting cinnamon on top of the soil. I guess it's supposed to suffocate the larvae and kill them. And from what I've heard from some plant friends, they basically just cover all the top of the soil with cinnamon, and then they still water the plant from the top normally like they would for plants that they water from the top. And they have found that it works. So that's another thing that you can try. And then my last tip or method of taking care of fungus gnats is give the plant away. Give it to someone who wants to deal with the fungus gnats. If you know which plant is giving you the problem with fungus gnats and you just don't want to deal with it, give it to someone who will deal with it and who wants to deal with it. I mean, I know me personally, if you have plants you don't want and it has fungus gnats and it's a plant I want, I'll take it because I'm accustomed to dealing with fungus gnats at this point, and there are other people who are accustomed to it as well. I have just realized it's an inevitable part of being a plant parent, and I'm growing to accept it, even though I want to violently murder all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to be notified every time I post videos, go ahead and hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. This is a lot of fun for me to film them, and I'm just happy to be sharing this planty YouTube content with you guys, and I hope it helps you with your plants. I hope you conquer and kill fungus gnats and get satisfaction out of doing it like I do. And yeah, that's kind of it. Again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.